Welcome to Better with Brii Renee, the podcast where we get real, get honest, and get better, one conversation at a time. Here we talk all things family, faith, finances, and everything that just feels good to the soul. This is your safe space to grow, to heal, and to elevate. Because better isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. So whether you're working on your mindset, your money, or your relationships, you're in the right place. So let's keep it real, keep it light, and most importantly, keep getting better. Because better starts with you, starts with us. It starts with Better with Brii Renee. Welcome to another episode of Better with Brii Renee. I, of course, am Brii Renee, and this is the podcast where we get better together, one conversation at a time. And I'm so grateful for each of you all that are watching and streaming each and every week, whether you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast, or you watching us on YouTube. I genuinely appreciate every single like, comment, whether your feedback, the questions. I genuinely love them all. There's not one single one that I haven't liked or looked at or read or took in. So keep them coming, y'all. I appreciate that. Now, we got to start off every episode with a better perspective. And today, my perspective is not based off anything on social media, but this is just on my heart, child. I felt like I've been hearing, maybe like a couple months ago, there was this discourse or conversation about whether or not you can pray the gay away. Okay. And some people were saying like, oh, I gave my life to the Lord. I'm not gay no more. Or, oh, I don't date this person, or I don't date this gender anymore because I have given my life to the Lord. And I, as a true Christian and believer, do believe that the Lord can do a lot of things, but I don't think he could take away your desire for what you really, really want in your heart. Like, I just don't believe that, because I grew up liking chocolate. Nobody made me like chocolate. Nobody had to tell me to like chocolate. So I don't think that I can pray away that desire for chocolate. Now, I could be wrong. I've never been in that situation, but I just don't believe you could pray the gay away. You like who you like. And maybe you have prayed for the restraint to not practice or act on those desires. But I think if you like what you like, you still gonna like it whether you acting on it or not. So did you really pray it away, or did you pray for strength to not move on those desires? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think below. Do you think you could pray the gay away? Because I don't think so. All right, ladies, y'all are in for a treat today with this next guest. She's a confidence and dating coach giving real and raw advice, relationship advice to almost 1 million women and men online, known for teaching women how to control their emotions so our emotions don't control us, because you know how it can get, child. The host of her new podcast, Dear Tisia, you've seen her on Tonight's Conversations and all over your Instagram and TikTok feed, because her clips always go viral, y'all. Give a better warm welcome to Tisia.
So glad to be here.
I'm excited to have you. How you been? I know you're not from Atlanta, so how are you enjoying Atlanta so far?
I am Atlanta. I love Atlanta. Okay. I love Atlanta. I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised. Mm-hmm. So Atlanta is just like a second. Look, another chocolate city. I live in DC, so I only go where the black folk at. So I love being in Atlanta. I love Buckhead, child. I love eating, shopping, everything. Look, Saks next door. I'm like, I need to go grab some stuff. So I love Atlanta. I'm always in Atlanta.
Me too. And I actually love Chicago. I visited Chicago for the first time maybe like last fall, and I was like, wow, this city is so beautiful.
You gotta come in the summer. Like, literally, Chicago was ranked top 5 best big cities like 5 years in a row. Mm-hmm. We have water, we have food, we have scenery, walking, shopping, and I feel like it just meets. Even if you're like a Christmassy person, I'm not, but like our winters are real as well. So yeah.
I can't wait to go back and see it on all the different seasons. I thought about like, if it's another city I would move to, I think I could live in Chicago.
Chicago is so cute.
They don't give Chicago the justice like the justice that it deserves. I feel like, because you only hear bad stuff about Chicago, but I was like, I felt safe.
No, Chicago is so cute. It's so cute. Now it has its pockets, but every city does.
I was about to say so does every city. Well, let's get right into it, because you are that girl when it comes to all things dating experts. I'd be like, let me get some advice over here. Like, but I wanted to ask you, like, what do you feel like is the biggest mistake that women are making early on in the dating process? Like, when we first start dating, what do you feel like we do or you see commonly done wrong?
I think just over investing up front, like emotionally dumping and over investing. The amount of women that I see that are like, I love him. I like doing all of the, and I'm like, girl, you've only known him for like a few weeks. And so just really being confident while you're dating. That's another big mistake. Just not having your stuff together when you step out that house. When I was insecure, when I didn't like how I looked, when I felt like I needed to lose a few pounds, or if I just like wanted to reach my next career goals and I wasn't really like in my bag the way I wanted to, girl, the men that I dated, a lineup of clowns, Ringley Brothers, girl, just a fucking circle full of, I mean, seriously, they just were just not great contenders. They were narcissists. I know people use that loosely, but they really were. And they just did not want anything intentional with me. But I feel like when I was more confident and when I just took my time to really get to know them, all you gotta do is let a man talk. He will tell you everything that you need to know. So I think one of the biggest the common mistakes is just you're too invested way too soon. Way too soon. And you haven't really let the man show you what his intentions are.
That makes sense.
I'm following your lead. Wherever you take me is wherever we going.
Yeah. And when, like you said, when you listen to what a man has to say, I've dated before and heard people like, well, my ex was tripping because, and she was crazy because, and then I'd be like, actually, that sounds like a valid reason for her to be tripping.
And you got to listen like you have to really, really listen. A man will always tell you like the things that they care about. And even currently, like one of the guys that I'm dating, even the way that he talks about his divorce. I'm like, you kind of still got some shit on you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he's so scared to make the mistake twice that he wants me to be his homie and his friend so badly. And I'm just like, I'm not your dog. I'm not your Brody. I'm not like, you have to court me and it has to feel romantic. But I think that he didn't have a friend in his wife. You get what I'm saying?
So and he's desperately looking for that now.
Yeah. Now he wanna, like, even sometimes we'll go out and he'll bring his friends too. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm cool with that. Like, I can hang out with your friends, but that's like he's so excited about it because he gets best of both worlds. He gets to have like his girl out with him and like having a good, but he also gets to have like his friends out. And he'll even say things like, oh yeah, that's the best of both worlds to me. To you, nigga. To you that's the best of both worlds. To me, it's like, you know, so I think you have to listen intensively as well. Like, you have to really make sure that you are listening to what they say when they talk, because you'll find out what he values. Off rip, you'll find out. Yeah.
And you spoke about like confidence with dating. I used to be over 200 pounds, like most of my life, like 250. I was heavy and I'm tall. So it's like, oh, you a big girl. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I honestly tell people when I was heavier, I kind of feel like it was easier to date because the guys who really liked me genuinely liked me. But when I got into this baddie body, or I'm looking overly sexy and I'm feeling good, I'm owning my body and I'm proud because I worked hard for it. But I felt like I just attracted more quantity instead of quality. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard. And I feel like during me looking better actually made me less confident when it came to dating.
But you know what the craziest thing? I think that, and this is coming from, one day I'll tell the story about my life, but growing up, my mom was morbidly obese. My mother was 4'9" and she was so large that we had to like wipe her because like her arms could not fit around. So I grew up being like a caretaker, and just genetically my sister took after her. And then I took after my father, who was 6'3", right? So I just naturally had a slimmer build. But I think over time, like the genetics, like I struggled with my weight. I was up and down and things like that. Women that are overweight, I think probably why you had a better time dating when you felt larger, it's because like the personality and it's just, that's what's on the forefront. And that's actually what men enjoy. Like, men love when women are charismatic, when you can flirt back, when you
funny,
you're funny. Oh my God, like humor, laughing. And I think that women forget that. And that's probably as well, like why it was easier for you to date. Like, it's just your personality was what came first. Either you got it or you don't. And then when you have beauty, right? A lot of men lose that because they're like, okay, yeah, you a baddie, but what else do you have? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think like, depending on like what can be showcased, but body dysmorphia is also a real thing. You don't necessarily see what other people see. And so there have been times where I'm like, can I go back to the fat I thought I was?
Right. When I thought
I was fat, can I go back to that fat 7 years ago? But yeah, like that's a whole trope. But just like weight, I've seen that just so much in my family and struggle with it myself. But I think that if you feel good, you attract just better people. Like that light shines through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that my values changed too. When I got finer, it's like, oh, I'm attracting a richer man. I'm attracting a better. So it was like, I definitely had to find a balance because it's like, okay, I definitely want a higher quality or value man financially. But then I would date them and I'd be like, they don't have no damn personality or they boring. Or I'm leading the conversation, carrying it all. I feel like I'm depleted after the date because I had to entertain my damn self.
So this is why people think I'm crazy. This is why I'm team medium ugly.
Period.
You can't be too cute.
Yeah.
I need a little grit on you, grit on your hands, grit in your face. Yeah. I'm also team height doesn't matter.
Okay.
And I'm team size doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Them the most humble niggas you ever met in your life.
Absolutely.
They are so charismatic because they have things to overcompensate for. And it's like, I love a Beauty and the Beast dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Right. Where it's just like, you the man that's out here making the money, doing well for yourself. You a leader. You are a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a visionary. You always thinking ahead of time. You're a student of life. Those type of men, I don't know. I just love it. And so I'm always team size, height. And I like a little medium ugly.
I love the best ones. Those the best, man. I do. And I have told so many people that are like, he's too cute for me. I
cannot do too cute. I don't need a 6-pack. I don't need 6 feet. I don't need however many inches. I don't need none of that.
Yeah.
I feel like their values change. They care more about the woman and they know how to like pour into you and they have more humility and
they're really dating you like you said, they're putting forth all of their other attributes. They're not leading with their money. They're not leading with their looks. Because when you get a dude that think he too fine, it's like, am I the baddie or
right? Are you the baddie? Look, you want some lip gloss?
All right, here you go.
It was a fairy.
Yeah, he was a fairy for sure.
Like, I do not have time. There's only one cute one in this relationship, but that's me.
Yeah, period.
That's it.
Okay,
that's it.
You get in the mirror longer than me, sir.
Yeah, girl, I feel that absolutely.
So women, I feel like based off what you're saying, sometimes we cut ourselves short looking at the wrong things, like height, ugly, if he cute or not, because my mama always used to be like, don't bring home no ugly grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, look at me.
People sleep that 2 cute people can make
ugly kids all the time.
All you need is one. All you need is one. 2 cute people be making some funny looking kids. They got some examples on social media right now, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like that's a little funny.
Y'all thought that was gonna rock, and it did.
It didn't.
It didn't.
And you feel like Black women, especially, are missing out by not also being open to dating outside their race? Because I feel like a lot of Black women I meet are like, I'm not dating nobody but a Black man. I'm one of them. I've never seriously dated anybody other than a Black man.
I struggle with this so much because I want more for us. And just numbers in itself, like not everybody's getting a Black man. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But I've also used all of my college dollars to study the African diaspora. I go to Ghana every year. I vacation there. I love Africa. I love African people. I love our culture. I've literally studied Black history for a living. And so I just love Black men. Yeah. Black men, I love y'all.
We love Black men.
I love Black men. And I think that I just want us to go where the love is. And I think the thing about it is that the higher, and I just had a little tussle with somebody about this. And he's like, well, 59% of Black men are marrying Black women. I'm like, hey, but go up that ranking. Mm-hmm. The higher that you going up and the more success these men have, the more the Black women aren't good enough, And so they want Asian, Blasian, Spanish, foreign, and all of this stuff. And I think that, like we just are not getting the love that we need and desire. I wish can we have a team huddle? Black men and Black women, can we have a huddle and like work this shit out? Like, I feel like it's so much gender wars and so many of us just going back and forth. We just need peace and understanding, and just really understand each other. I think that Black women, I just want them to go where the love is, where they feel loved and supported, because I think we deserve that. But I pray that it's a black king for you. Like, I just really hope that it is. Yeah. Like, I struggle with that as well. I'm like, well, what if my husband is I'm like, I don't think that's what I'm going to do. That I don't think that's what he going to do to me.
I think my husband have his do-rag on. When we lay down, I got this bottle.
Something so special about it. Only the real can relate. Yeah. You know, like there's something so special about black men. I just love them. You know, I love the tenacity. I love the respect that they command. And also too, like I always say, like black women are like the trendsetters of the culture, like black men as well. Like when it comes to street fashion, when it comes to even just leadership, even now they're saying that like black fathers are ranked to be some of the like
I can see
best, most fun, supportive like fathers in the world, you know. And I just I make sure that I spend my time around black men as well, because, you know, I told you I live in Tysons, Virginia. That's like one of the richest areas in the DMV. I drive 40 minutes to go to church because I want to see black husbands, black families, black girls with berets on, black praise dancers. Okay, look, that's what I want to see, and I want to be around it. I just love black men, so I hope we all get one, girl. Man, look, send us a new shipment, guys. Send us a new shipment. I hope
you could have played.
Yes, I hope we all get one.
What do you feel like, because you studying like dating and like you said, the black diaspora, what do you feel like we are missing that's causing those gender wars? Like, what do black women and black men need the most from each other right now?
One, just baseline, I think, is just understanding. But I've just talked so much about like what has happened to us socially, and we've seen tropes of this. But like from slave ships, black women have seen black men emasculated, literally raped, hung, ripped apart. You know, then you get to like the 80s where the black man can't stay in the house. If you want food stamps, if you need assistance, he got to be out the house. And I think that, you know, black women even working, us out earning them, you know, I think just in terms of being professionally, because technically black men, blue collar, that level, like just lower wages, they actually do make more money than black women. But when you start climbing up them charts and you go into like corporate America and 6-figure earners, if you lined up all the black women that's making 6 figures or over and line up the black men, we gonna hit a 6, like that 6 or 7, we ran out. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough of them, you know. And so I think that really makes it very difficult. We need understanding. I think there's a softness that black men want from us, that black women, we've been tussling for so long. And I think that there's actually a softness that black men want us to see in them. I think that they've held to this thug, baggy jean kind of standard, and they just like, y'all, we tired of performing. Like, we hurting, we need help, we want understanding, we want to be able to just, you know, not have to be this strong person all the time. So I feel like we both are actually looking for softness, and then the black men are like, who hurt y'all? What the hell? What y'all? Relax, sit down, I got this. And just having a hard time accepting, being submissive, leadership, all of those things. Like, we actually are looking for the similar things.
That makes so much sense, because I feel like as a black woman, we never in society, just even growing up, we're taught to be smart, strong, think ahead, you know, and we have had to be in control of our own personal lives. Or some of us, you know, whether you were the oldest sibling or you had other siblings or you had to take care of your family, you know, a lot of black women have had to be and do so much for so many other people that they weren't ever allowed to not be in control. And so when it comes to dating, it's scary to like let that guard down and be like, all right, I can't trust this man. Or you see so many bad horror stories from the community, or, you know what I mean, social media, you know? So I think that's hard for black women to release that control, especially in dating, because they've never been allowed to. And I do see that black men are often like, hey, I want to be soft at home too. Sometimes I want to be here. I want to come home and put that guard down with you.
Our mothers never taught us. Like, our mom told us to go to school, don't get pregnant.
That's it.
And I'm 37 years old. Our mothers taught us to go to school, don't get pregnant. And a lot of us saw our mothers emasculating our fathers, or just taking over the household, going behind his back and doing shit she have no business doing, or just like making the rules and setting down the law in the household. And so it's very hard for us to have that in our relationships. But the craziest thing is that I actually was taught to do both. Like, I always tell people, I'm a mother and a wife, period. And when I go out on dates with men, I will put their napkin in their lap, any side dishes I serve, put their plate. I always ask for a hot towel, and I'll clean their hands with lemon and water so they don't have to go to the bathroom. Every single one of those men has like, I ain't never had that before.
Yeah, I'm about to start doing that.
Right, look, I'm telling you, look, cha-ching, look. Call me if y'all want to know stuff.
Okay.
But the thing is that they've never experienced that before. And so not only were we not taught to be a wife, they've never seen one. So many men, the reasons why we getting dogged out, cheated on, lied to, they've never experienced the softness of a woman. They've never experienced a wife making a home. They saw their mama trapping, going working 2-3 jobs. They've never actually seen the difference between, like, when we say happy wife, happy life, and how a woman can add a touch to a household and just like the operations of the house and that softness that it provides. And so we always are trying to blur the lines between men and women, and it's like they're separate things. I was just watching a clip of Steve Harvey, and a lady in the audience said like, well, you know, I feel like my husband is too hard on our kids, like she's always like reprimanding them, and I just feel like it's too much. And he said to her, did you marry a man that you wanted your sons to become? And she was like, yeah. And he's, let that man raise them kids. You don't know what it's like to step out in the world and have to, you know, the obstacles that they face and have to like face all these different things. And he's like, let a man raise a man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we want to mix them up, and like, can we set, like, it needs to be women have womanly things and men have manly things. And I feel like we all are. I heard that women are looking for the woman in the man is looking for a man and a woman. It's like, what the hell is going on? We need to really experience that like grit of a man. I think men need to experience like the softness of a woman.
I agree.
Blurred lines.
It is. And I feel like I'm guilty of that too, because I didn't grow up seeing that. I didn't have my father in the house, so I never saw my mom cater to a man. So it's like I'm learning that as I'm dating, as I'm going through life, or from other women like you. Like, oh, I'm like, okay, girl, I served the place, but I ain't never got the napkin at the end and you know, the towel. I'm gonna do that too. So I think that's why community with women, we don't have enough spaces like that either.
Yes.
Like when you think historically, like women gathered and talked and shared information. And I feel like we so Mean Girl, or I think I'm better, or it's even with social media, you're not really sharing true valuable information unless it's somebody like you. And I feel like that's why people like you are important in our community. But even going back to what you were saying about when it comes to in the corporate world, it sounds like to me that we both need to join, Black men and Black women need to join together to figure out how can we beat this game of the system, instead of, oh, we need to out earn as Black women. We smart. We're the fastest earning entrepreneurs. But it's like, okay, how are we going to help our brothers catch up? Or how are we going to help them be, you know, high earners or entrepreneurs or whatever it is in their own way? I think that we're lacking that in our community of.
We can't do that for Black men though. And I don't think I've been treated the worst by Black men in corporate America. Literally, you know, you gotta watch. You can't give a fish to somebody that's not a fisherman. And what I mean by that is like Black men are gonna, they have to go out and earn their keep. Like just period. Like we as women, we can't hand you that. No man wants a woman trying to teach them how to make fucking money. No man wants that. You want to know what that's going to look like? Bitter and resentment 10 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not what they want from you. You know? Yeah. Like we can't teach y'all how to level up and come to, because the shit wasn't supposed to be that way anyway.
Right.
They still low key mad that it's like this anyway. And that we even have the opportunity that their counterparts, that they're not having these conversations, the Asians, the clear people, you know, like they're not having those conversations. I don't think that's what Black men want. They want us to be ladies.
So we can't hold a man down or help him build. What does that look like then? Or do you feel like we shouldn't even be doing that at all? You need to come already built.
So my thing is like, when we talk about this whole like 50-50 thing, or like, what do you bring to the table? I bring the discernment to know what belongs on the table. Okay. That is what That's what I bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I bring your front, back, side to side. I'm the neck of the relationship, and I bring the discernment to know if we drinking water or apple juice. That's what I bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I know to cook the eggs last. Okay.
Right.
That is my gift. That is what women bring to the table. And I think that, like, in terms of building a man up, it's like you can do that, but it's a feminine way that you lead them to the water instead of giving them a fish. And that's what women do wrong. They want to give the man the fish instead of helping go right, go left. There's the water, right? But we want to bring them the fish, like a wild grizzly bear.
Yeah.
It's like look what I got. Like, girl, look what I got. Look what, and that's not really what men want. I think that they'll resent you on the back end. And so I think that I can build with a man. Yeah, I can build, and I look for that. I just had this conversation and they were talking about, like, I just want him to be more emotional. But I'm like, that's not what make me tick. Like, I need a man who is like just hungry and determined. And like, once I see that in you, girl, I just pour all into it. Like, I just love a man that's hungry in that regard. So yeah, those are the things that I look for.
And I like how you talked about like what women typically look for. And it's like the certain height, the certain, looks or whatever. Mm-hmm. But do you feel like women now have unrealistic dating expectations? Or what does that look like? I hear a lot of that talk online.
Yeah. And just like social media makes things difficult. It's like, girl, you are not Lori Harvey and you're not going to wake up to a house full of roses. Okay. Like, you have to have realistic expectations. Like, girl, you're not going to have a G-Wagon in your driveway on Valentine's Day, Right. So I think that, like, social media has distorted a lot of things, but also just, I think that Black women have done so much and have experienced so much trauma and trials in life that now they like, if I'm gonna do it, let me get the money too. Like, if I'm gonna do, I'm already being lied to, cheated on by Pookie and Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? I'm already tussling with, so why not get the money as well? Why not have a comfortable lifestyle? And so I think we've already just
like crying in a Rolls Royce mentality.
Yeah. Like, we've already been doing it on our own, but I think that there's just so much opportunity for us to understand each other and really have just patience and kindness. And so I'm willing to come to the table. I mean, I feel like I'm already there, but I feel like I'm willing to definitely, build with you and really kind of like have your back and where you're going. But there's like a womanly way that you gotta do that. Yeah.
What do you feel like you said, Black women, we've experienced different type of traumas growing up. Do you feel like dating advice differs based on race?
Let me tell you why I feel like I have personally been so successful in like my dating coach era. I think that we want to professionalize healing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we have made therapy and just like even in the coaching space, this like pretty uppity thing to do. And I'm like, I speak for the ghetto girls, the girls in the projects, the one who got 3-4 baby daddies. It's not to like say that they're less than, but it's just like, I'm for the everyday girl, the common, like the ones that's going through the regular stuff. Like, now you see all of these therapists online and it's like, girl, my secret girl chat that I created, people are in there having real conversations and really going through a lot of different things. And I think that one of the reasons why I've become so successful is that there's a certain way you got to talk to Black women. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain way that you have to talk to Black women. And I think that my delivery is just straight to the point. It's culturally relevant. It resonates with like, things that are actually what women are going through. And it gives them like tangible skills to be able to actually heal and do the work outside of the couch. Right. Like you have to do the work outside of just going through therapy and practicing those strategies on like in real life. So I'll do demonstrations, I'll do gifts, I'll do like I'll tell a story, I'll make a skit about something. It's like, girl, if you dating a man that's long distance, where should y'all meet? Mm-hmm. There's JetBlue, American, Delta. Okay. He should be coming your way. I don't care if he live on the other side of town. He should be coming your way. So I think it's a way that you have to talk to Black women. I think only Black women get it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think Black women naturally gravitate to people who just keeping it real and raw.
Yeah, keeping it real and raw. Like authenticity. Yeah, for sure.
Looking for the perfect space to bring your vision to life? Welcome to Visionaire Production Studios, where creativity meets capability. With over 10 dynamic sets, including a fully equipped kitchen set, we're built for creators, brands, and dreamers who don't just want content, they want cinema. Whether you're shooting a podcast, cooking show, campaign, or content series, we've got the space and the team to help you make magic and bring any vision to life. If you can see it, we can help you shoot it. Let's turn your vision into production at Visionaire Production Studios. How do we go about, because Black women have, like we said, had to be the one in control. We've seen our moms struggle with this, or some of us didn't have fathers in the house. Where do you feel like we should pull our femininity from when dating? Or what does that look like? Because I'd be like, am I feminine? I feel like I'm a Tom. I don't know if I'm feminine enough. Like, how do you know? What does femininity look like while dating?
Feminine is a lifestyle.
Okay.
Like, being feminine is a lifestyle, and it looks so many different kind of ways. It's about your tone. It's about your choice of words. It's about patience. Mm-hmm. It's about just your delivery. Just your natural aura, like you can command just, like just feminine aura, and you make a man kind of wanna pour into that. And so when you think about just feminine, like where do you pull your feminine energy from? A lot of us don't have a break. We ain't take our PTO. You uptight. You ain't worked out and stressed out. Like all of that counts in terms of your feminine energy. Even knowing how to like just not respond. So many women, you don't have to get the last word. You don't have to always say something back. You don't have to, I'm like a simple, like, okay, even down to, let's just say you get into it with, your partner, and you're like, oh no, we need to talk about this. And he's like, okay, not now. Normally a woman is like, no, we got things like that. Even giving somebody space to make their decision and not having like urgency on that is a part of feminine aura, like mm-hmm. it's in everything you do. It's the way that you talk. It's your aura. It's your general way of being, right? And so you're pulling it from everyday things. I would just literally ask myself, when do I feel the most relaxed? When you feel relaxed, you will tap into your feminine aura. So make sure that your day cultivates that. When rushing, my road rage is not my feminine space, because I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm doing something, I'm rushing out the house and things like that. And so I think that just like when you feel the most relaxed, you will deliver your most feminine aura. And that was one of my most viral reels when I talked about you get the woman that you breed. If you bring chaos, and now I got to stalk your stories and see where you at. You said your phone went over the boat while you're on the cruise, and you do all of this stuff. Like, then I'm going to be rah-rah. I'm going to be uptight. You get the woman that you create. And so it's really just a part of making sure you just feel just relaxed and making a life that's around. And this is why you see the corporate bosses, and they don't know how to come home and to submit, because everything is high pressure at work. And you can't be feminine in high pressure. You can't. Yeah.
Do you feel like, so I've been seeing this discourse online about, well, can't no man make me more feminine based off his energy?
Oh, absolutely.
Or do you feel like feminine's either in you, like it's your chemical balance? Can you be taught it? Or is it based on relationship? Like who you're dealing with?
I think some of it is in you. Some of it can absolutely be taught, and you can absolutely learn feminine energy. I also think a man can put you in your feminine. Mm-hmm. I've experienced it. Like, I'm smiling thinking about it.
Like, ooh, like
I may have to call him later. Okay, yeah. Look, I've experienced it in my own life. Like a man that's just like, have you ever just been out on a date and you left your head at home?
Yeah, like
he got your purse, he got your leftovers, he put the leftovers by your feet, he opened the door, he called you and told you where you're going to be, he met you at the door, so you're not looking for where he's sitting. I mean, that is just going to make you be like, wow, And some women experience men who are innately there to like they have that and they don't submit to it. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I said you can actually learn feminine energy, because some women meet men that are doing everything that and you just a chihuahua. You just out here barking at everything, baby. You ain't never happy about nothing. You always nagging. You don't know how to stop talking. Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't know how to just even literally like let it go. Everything is even your nature is just passive aggressive, tit for tat with he doing this, I'm doing that. Now you posting Drake lyrics and selfies online about, just memes, Justin LaBoy memes and all this stuff. And it's like, you don't actually know how to submit and really just, know that you'll get the reward on the back end if you let this go. And so I think a lot of women meet men that could do just that, and they F it up. We don't hold women accountable enough. A lot of women out here messing up relationships. I'm telling you. And let me tell you why it's an issue for me, and I'm bringing it up because I'm meeting them now. The men that you fucked up with and that you just had the issues, the trauma, and just honestly just a rah-rah about everything. Now I'm meeting them and I'm like, hey, and they're like, let's do a coffee date because I spent all the money with Keisha and Nobu. Right. Okay. And let's do a coffee date. And I'm like, no. Yeah. You have to use better discernment because you spent a lot of time and energy with somebody that wasn't quite working out. And then you meet a woman of substance. And then now you want to screen and haze me and take me through the ringer. Not doing it. Not doing it. Yeah. And so women have to be held accountable too. Some of us meet the man and we mess it up. Yeah.
So how do we hold ourselves accountable? How do we look at ourselves in the middle of a relationship and know and discern between, hey, I need to let this go. Hey, I need to pull back, or hey, I need to not try to get the last word versus no, I need to stand 10 toes on business about this. Like how does a woman know the difference?
I think it's about like your partner. Your partner will tell you everything that you need to know, meaning just in terms of just body language, those type of arguments and spaces that you in. A man, he'll come back and be like, don't ever do that shit again. That bitch, I don't know who you thought I was, but don't you ever get to a restaurant and sit across from, sometimes it just and it's about if you make the adjustment. I think a lot of women think that bratty shit is cool. Mm-hmm. The yelling and the talking back and the mouth, like it's a cute thing. And it's like, yeah, it's cute until it's not. You know what I'm saying? And you will find out that you're losing a person and you're not able to get them back. Like, does your partner feel safe? Do you feel like you listen to actually listen, or you just trying to get the last word or just respond? I think really evaluating, if you feel like your boundaries have been crossed, that's a time to speak up. Do you feel like, this is going to help them learn your blueprint? When women ask me, well, when should I disclose these type of things? Or maybe like my past, I said, will it help him navigate your heart map better? That's when you need to share. If it ain't gonna help this man, then you don't need to tell him about what your ex did in 19 whatever and all of these deep dark secrets. If it's not going to let him know you on a deeper level to be able to like navigate you better, those are times when I share. So it's like, if you know that my dad would tell me that he was coming to get me and he never came, nigga, don't tell me you're gonna call me back and you don't call. Yeah. Sharing those things with you will help you navigate me better. And so those are things that I stand 10 toes down about. That's not something I need to let go, because every time you're doing that, you're triggering me, and what triggers you controls you. So I need you to know how to get to know me better and know what makes me tick so that you can be a better steward of this ship. Like we need to sail, it need to be smooth sailing. And so I think that those are things that women need to figure out. Like, are you crossing a boundary? Do I feel, bad? Is my gut telling me things that, like this doesn't feel good? Those are times where it's like, yeah, I'm going to say something. I'm going to speak up. And men love when you speak up. Yeah. This is why I say, when I go to restaurants, when I go to places, I don't do what I don't do. Men love a woman who is like, I'm not going to stay at the Holiday Inn. Doing it. I'm just not going to do it. And it's about the way that because I live those things in my actual life. And I think that the way that you can tell a man, oh, I'm sorry, that's not going to work for me, I promise you, he will come back with a solution. Yeah. It's okay. No worries. That's just not going to work for me. Men love it. I always say, be a difficult Danielle. You don't want to be a patient Pamela. You don't want to be a casual Kathy, and you don't want to be an easygoing Elizabeth. Okay. You want to be a difficult Danielle, just to, that's not going to work for me. Sorry, I'm unavailable at that time. Let me know when you can put this on the calendar. You just always want to have something for him to, really kind of reach for and obtain, and always make yourself feel like, yeah, like he's kind of like he has to do something to get it or to earn it. Yeah, men love that, like yeah.
Now, I seen recently online, you said, ironically, like you aren't transparent about your dating experiences. Why are you like that?
First of all, I think we're all in the same dating pool. The people that are dating, we're in the same dating pool. But my page scares men off rip. Mm-hmm. So I never want men to think that they're going to be my next reel or my next content. Okay. And so I just try to keep it a little light. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm not like, and I follow a girl, her name is Danielle. She's really sweet. And she she goes, my first date, my second date, whatever. Like she's talking about all her dates. And I'm like, look, we in the same pool. Everybody kind of struggling a little bit. I just don't want a man to think that he's going to be
your content,
my content, or that like everything is a strategy, or I'm there to like overanalyze them. So I usually try to keep it cute. But if you join my secret girl chat, girl, we talking about everything. I'm like, girl, I met this man in the airport. We do. So I do have like a secret community where I do share a little bit more. But I don't want them to think that they're going to end up on my page.
Right. Do you feel like that's especially for girls, or whether you're an entrepreneur or a businesswoman or just the everyday girl on social media, do you recommend or not recommend them posting or being honest or transparent about their dating experiences online?
I think that men look at that kind of stuff. And I think discretion is sexy. Like, have some decorum about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think that it shows a level of maturity. And also, you have to think that we also live in an age where men thinking that you just gonna show their arm, that you just out at dinner to get some photo ops and stuff like that. And so I think that adds to a level of just they're skeptical, like skepticism about dating and like what a woman's true intentions are. So I'm like, just keep it low key, keep it cute, so he could at least know that you're pure and you have good intentions before you get on,
social.
Yeah.
What about once y'all in that relationship? What do you feel about people in, like, I'll say boyfriend, every phase, boyfriend and girlfriend, engaged and married? When or do you feel like it's ever okay to post your significant other online?
So it's two sides to that. One is like, if you are actually dating and you've made it, official. But I also I love to be love bombed a little bit. And sometimes the man be in on it too. It's like, I have had like toxic talking stages where it's just like, nigga, let's go to Miami, and we both post. We ain't got no damn business posting each other, but it's just a fun time. Yeah. If you know that you can recover from that loss, like, it's fun. I always tell women, you can't do what I do. Yeah. Like, I can go out and have a guy, date him, whatever, even have, a moment out, and look, I came back to your room and literally leave and not feel, you can't do what I do. So I think that, like, I've dated men where it's just like a toxic run, and we ain't got no business, no business doing that, but we know that we're mature enough to recover from it. But if you're not in that category, I would just say, make sure that it's actually, a relationship that you're proud of and that you kind of, want to show off, and that both of y'all have consented to it. It's nothing worse than looking at it and he all over your page, and you look at his page and
you ain't,
baby, I'm back in 2021. I ain't seen you yet.
I
looked at his tag photos and still I looked at everything. I'm looking at the stories, the highlights. You ain't nowhere to be found. So I think, like, both parties consenting to it too, and just being in on it, and there are men that are just not social media people, and I get that as well. But I'm on what you on. You ain't a social media person, I'm not putting you all over my page. Social media. If you ain't.
I seen somebody post that, like, maybe we should post the guy early on, so when you first start dating, so you can get the women coming out the woodwork, letting
yeah.
But how do you feel about that? Because then I feel like, well, now you just let everybody know that you was rolling with Keyshawn rolling with everybody.
Yeah, I also just don't like the paranoia. When I date, I give everybody a clean slate. And I know we got these groups like, are we dating the same guy and all this stuff that you can go in there. But I'm just like, if I got to have that type of paranoia of women coming out the woodworks, I don't want it. I don't want to do that. That's just a lot of work. Yeah. A lot of work,
It's a lot to, like, forget. Or, like, cause you don't have to forget stuff you don't know. But now that I done posted it and everybody done came out that I can't
And people then screenshot that and talked about it, and it's already in a group chat. So it's like, yeah, you deleted it, but it's still,
Yeah. We still know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we're single until we're married? Or do boyfriends count? You know how some people be like...
Boyfriends count.
Okay.
Shit. Boyfriends count.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard, because people be on the fence about it, like, well, you can't claim them on your taxes, so you single.
I mean, technically, yeah, but I think I'm very big on preparing and building up to those things, right? And the boyfriend stage, and I think I do a lot of podcasts and just shows where there's a lot of married women, and I'm just like, or just married people in general, and I'm like, y'all, dating is a precursor to marriage, and there's a lot of common trends and things that happen in dating that can also be applied to marriage. And so I think that those little preliminary stages, I'm counting them too. We together, like so it's like for the man, it's like, oh, we not married, so you could go out and just
do what you want to do.
What you want to do. Like, no, like you should be preparing for this to be something serious, you know?
So how do you show a man during the dating stage, that boyfriend stage, that you're wife material without over investing like you spoke about earlier?
You know, I think this is a big thing online. People are always like, stop doing wife stuff. Like, stop. Every man is looking for a wife, meaning like, the man that is wanting to date or be intentional about his dating life, he's looking for the wife in you. And even if he's not ready for a wife, when he walks away from that relationship, he's able to identify if you could have been, should have been, like if you were in that category. Everybody's, you got to show a man a wife first. And again, like you said, over investing, doing a lot of stuff up front. But there are things are innately to women that he's seen a wife in you, and a man has to see a wife in you. When these women be like, I'm not cooking for no man, I shut up because I'm cooking for mine.
I would say, what are some of those things? Like cooking, is it, what does that look like? Showing a man you're a wife?
Well, for me, what wife is, like, not every woman cooks and clean. That's just not. But I am a very traditional woman. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of these kids. I'm ironing your clothes. I'm your secretary. I'm I'm your friend. I'm all of these things. So I'm a very traditional woman. I do understand that doesn't apply to everybody, but I just think that it's really about sewing into that person's needs. It's like, if you know that your man, for example, is like a gym rat, he working out all the time, girl, cook that man some ground turkey and some brown rice. Okay. I'm saying, like, it's not gonna hurt you. Like, what does your man need? And I think that we always have to be in a place of service. And I don't know if people know this, but I went to college on a community service scholarship, and we also had like a very Vincentian mission. And my mom was a servant of life. Like, she would serve everybody. I would call her and be like, what you know? She's like, oh girl, cooking tacos for the construction workers. I said, what we getting done on the house? She's like, no, 3 doors down. She cooking for the girls. And I always have been a servant. And so it's like, what do you need from me today? How can I help you today? Is there anything that I can do to lighten your load? And I think as women, we want to get, but what you do is that you give, and then he gonna give you double, way more, So I think just like really being a servant of somebody and really just kind of like filling the little gaps. Like for me, in terms of like showing a man that I'm a wife, it's just simple things. Like if you a business owner, or if you I could send you a reel and be like, hey, did you know that Instagram has his creator program? He an influencer too. He monetizing social media as well. So it's like sharing resources, just that's how you show a man that you are a wife. And also just being lighthearted. I always say, never respond to what a man say to you. Never respond to what a man says to you. And it's out of, even if it's anger, if it's sadness, it's the way that you even like hold your emotions is really going to show a man if he wants to be with you for the rest of your life. Women don't understand that, like, sometimes men think of marriage as like they last call, like they in jail. So they want to see how their life will be with you. No, seriously. It's like men are socialized that having multiple women, is a thing. And so when they like, hey, I want to pick you, I want to be with you, they want a snapshot of their life now.
Yeah, they want to see.
They want to preview. They want to know, can you hang with the Brodies? Can you handle me going on a boys trip? Can you How are you in the bedroom? Can you cook for these kids? Are you going to be a nurturing? How do you handle conflict? I'm like, they're always evaluate everything you do. They're looking to see, can I see the wife in her? Can I see my life?
The rest
20 years from now, women will be like, oh, I could change that. Oh, we'll get over that. Men, they want an example right now.
Yeah. And I think men they don't look at us like, let me fix this up. Let me change.
They don't.
Like,
they
no,
get what they want now.
Yeah.
Now.
Either you're it or you're not.
Either you're it or you're not.
They're not
going to sacrifice looks. They're not going to sacrifice being sexually pleased. Mm-hmm. They're not going to sacrifice a crazy family. Mm-hmm. They literally, it's like, I want to get what I want now. And so those are just ways that you could really just show a man the wife in you. And sometimes it's literally nonverbal. Mm-hmm. Nonverbal.
Just holding it back.
Just holding it. Taking, I understand. Okay. Like we can talk about that later. And I'll tell it like just concession and freedom. There's a saying that if I know that I can go, I'll stay. And that is exactly what men are looking for. If I know that I can go, I'll stay. If I know I've had freedom of movement, freedom of mind to think, a man want to feel free when he with you. Technically, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if I know that I can go, I'll stay. Like, girl, just back up. Yeah. If I know that you're going to give me creative freedom, you're going to give me freedom to live my own life, then I'll stay. But you can't force me. You can't back me into a corner. You can't bully me and give me all of these ultimatums. Like, if I know that I can go and you going to be cool, I'm gonna stay. I'm stay. Yeah.
They need that illusion of freedom.
They need the illusion of freedom. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. That's good. What do you, how do you measure the success of your dating advice? Cause how a lot of people be like, well, how am I gonna take dating advice from her? She not married. Yeah. I don't feel that way, but I feel like, well, we all done been through ups and downs. We know what we like and we don't like, and we know what typically works, but how do you measure your success of your advice?
So I think I shared I have a secret community. So that's really where I get the most data from. But, I think it's so interesting when people say that, because if you went to therapy, for example, like I lost both of my parents and I go to grief counseling. If I go to grief counseling, my grief counselor hasn't lost both of their parents. And half the shit that I've talked about in therapy, my therapist hadn't experienced those things, but I still came and shared and dumped and trusted that they will help me shepherd through those issues. Right. It's the same thing with dating. Dating is nothing but science. And so I don't have to have been in a relationship or even like have a partner or be married to be able to walk you through things in life. It is literally mind boggling. The things that you went to your therapist about, the childhood trauma, the molestation, the problems that you went through, all of these things, they haven't experienced, but you trust them to handle. Right. So any type expert studying, certifications, school, all of these things can help you navigate these space. It's tools to navigate the space. And so that's that. And I think that how I measure the success of it's literally proof in the pudding. I get so many reviews on my YouTube. I got women that tell me, you helped me more in 3 weeks than 3 years of therapy. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's just, I get so much feedback and reviews from women. I meet them on the street. They're like, Tisia, girl, you don't know, you saved my life. You saved my marriage. Like, I was a totally different person. Like, I've used your strategies in real life and they've worked. They write me and they tell me all the time. Yeah. And
I know. And it's like, I've used, it's a tool. I've used the hammer. I might not have built the house, but I know how to use the hammer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, you can use these tools in multiple ways.
Yeah. And I also, I am a dating coach and I teach women how to date and I have a great dating life. Like, I didn't say I was a marriage counselor.
Right.
I'm a dating coach and a confidence coach, and I teach women how to date. Mm-hmm. And I teach women how to get the desires of their heart. And sometimes it's not long-term partnership. Sometimes a woman just want to be spoiled and taken out and flew out, like she got flown out. Sometimes it's women that just really want to feel more empowered with dating. Mm-hmm. It's like, girl, it's your world. You make the rules. Yeah. You control this setting. I think it's just really about making women feel empowered. And so, yes, y'all, I am a dating coach.
Speaking of empowerment, what is the handkerchief method?
Oh my gosh, I love handkerchief method. So it's really it's not pursuing the man. Mm-hmm. It's getting in close enough proximity where you either spark up a conversation or ask a question and you're giving him the green light to say something to you. And so it could be like, in theory, it's like dropping a handkerchief. He picks it up and it's like, oh, I love that color on you. Thank you. Thank you so much for helping me or whatever, something like that. Mm-hmm. And you just, boom, you're there. women do not take into account that there's so much pressure for men to approach women.
Yeah.
And it's so much rejection. And it's not an easy thing. But you want to pick the one that you want. You don't want the guy that's out here just talking and trying to everybody, because I talked about this, like it puts you off limits to all these other people that you can talk to. And you don't really get to pick the one out the friend group or the one in that crew or the one in that building that you actually wanted because of the guy that approached you. And I think like the handkerchief method really gives you just more opportunity to have more autonomy in your dating. And it's just like, ask that man, oh, who you at the sports bar watching the game? Go by yourself, get off your phone, sit next to somebody and was like, oh, who you got? Who's your team? You know, do you care? Boom, instant conversation.
Opened up.
Is that bourbon or whiskey? What are you drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, instant conversation. You know, like women don't have no finesse and no game these days. I'm like,
and it's not necessarily just straight out shooting your shot, but it's letting you know the ball in your court.
Ball in your court. It's a alley hoop. It's like, hey, I threw it up. You gonna dunk it or not? Like, I'm just letting you know I'm open and I'm available. It's in your body language. It's smiling. It's just, you know, they just want to know that they can say something to you, or that you're available or open, or that you are friendly. You know, when men,
or hold a conversation.
Women are cussing men out. Okay.
Off the rip.
They're like, get out of my face. Nah, I'm good. You know, and it become like this whole thing. And so I think it is just very difficult for men. And so I just always like to let them know, look, I'm available.
I'm open and I'm available.
Open and I'm available. And I like you and I think you cute. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, before you go, I ask everybody this at the end of every show. What do you want to be better at in life right now? It could be anything.
What do I want to be better with in life? You know, I think that because of the way that I grew up, I always wanted to make good choices.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated school early. I had my master's at 20. I went right to school, like started school early, valedictorian. I did all of these things
the right way. I know that pressure. Yeah.
Girl, the right way. Everything was like, I'm scared to mess this up because I've seen drug addicts. I've seen teen pregnancies. I've seen uneducated. Like, I just want to do it right. And I think it made me live life in a very black and white kind of way. I want to live life in more colorful.
Mm-hmm.
And it really just means like relaxing in my mind and not over processing, overthinking. Like, I want to live life in color, like have more fun, make a fucking mistake, have a one night stand. I don't know. Like,
live.
Like, I never hit the whole phase. I never did just fun things. I was telling my friend, like, I can't remember the last time I went on a date and like, I had a great time. Like, it was just fun, cackling, laughing. Because why? I'm like, is he good on paper? Is he a Christian man? Is he and it's just like, relax.
Yeah.
I want to be better at that. I want to be better at living life in color. Just more fun and like not like worrying about if this decision gonna change my life,
the trajectory of your life.
Yes,
no, I feel that. I feel
mm-hmm.
you. I think that's that black girl growing up in the inner city or around different environments you like, and especially having good parents. I feel like our parents are like, do the right thing, don't get pregnant, go to school, you go graduate. So it's like you're overly always analyze. I have that so much. Like, I'm always thinking I have to, before I make decisions, what's the worst case scenario?
Exactly.
And then I think about the best. But it's like, you need to be thinking about the best.
Traumatized.
Yes.
Even we got to put in the be a homeowner, save your money, don't get out of student loan debt, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's just like program us to like, just honestly, like like, baby, you gonna make that money back. Buy that bag. You'll be okay. Take the trip. You gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. I think we were overprogrammed. So yes, I want to live in color more. I'm actually having a lot more fun now.
Okay.
This is good. I feel like I'm getting warm. Yeah. Pop out Mary. Y'all gonna be like, what? I'm like, yep, girl.
Yeah. Cause you let your hair down.
Let my hair
having a good time and living in color. I like that. I'm gonna live in color with you because I got that too.
Yes, I'm gonna hold you accountable too.
Yes. Okay. Well, before we go, at the end of every episode, I always do a trapformation, and that's an affirmation that I keep all the way true.
Okay.
Yeah, a little spice on it. So this one I feel like was perfect for this episode because it's like about dating and just remembering our confidence in who we are as women. Yeah. So, and I had to tell myself this before when I was going through a breakup. I was like, I'm a bad bitch, been a bad bitch, always gonna be that bitch. Okay. Never been average. And anybody that can't see my worth doesn't deserve to have it.
I love that.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. I love that. Been a bad
Okay.
And anyone that don't see that,
you don't deserve to have it. So remember that, ladies. And I hope that transformation, along with everything, all these gems and jewels that Tisia dropped today, helps you along your way with dating better, being more confident when you're stepping out there in the dating world. And Tisia, let them know where they can follow you on all social medias, catch your podcast when it drops and everything.
Yeah, so I'm on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify at Dear Tisia. So you can follow me on YouTube at Dear Tisia and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But Instagram and TikTok is Tisia XVS. X is in xylophone, V is in Victor, S is in Sam. And so those are all of my socials. And if you want to join my girls chat, the links are in my bio. We having a good time in there, y'all. So
I'm about to join the girl chat because I need to know what's going on, girl. And I love the advice. Like you said, it's real, it's relatable, it's something that it's practical, you can do. It's not over the top. It's not, you need this type of, it's not about looks or surface. It's really about energy. Yeah. And I like that.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing. Thank you. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share this podcast with anybody that's dating or just a girl's girl, spread the tea. All right. And don't forget to catch Better with Brii Renee every Wednesday at 7 p.m.